tonight.
You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Pass me the lampshade, I'm drunk again. Blew my drug money on a quart of gin. Well, I am a cultured man with tastes discriminating, but I'll settle for a tall glass of anything. Well, am I the only one drinking tonight? The only one drinking tonight. The only one drinking tonight. The only one drinking tonight. Well, am I the only one drinking tonight? The only one drinking tonight.
Hi, this is Amy Bingo Bingaman, and you're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast, brought to you by Cream Cheese.
And the Doug Stanhope Podcast, a very special edition of the Doug Stanhope Podcast. It's day 6 where I was supposed to be writing a book for the last 6 days, and I haven't because shit came up. Like old-timey baseball, the Bisbee Black Sox, 1860s rules baseball. They had the big tournament going on this weekend, so we had to go to that, suit up, dress up. Tomorrow, I realized this. Chaley's here, of course, and Floyd is here. We'll talk to Floyd in a second. And
I'm Amy Bingo Bingaman. I'm also here.
And Joby's here as well, off mic. Joby, Deathpool, Joby. I just realized I did not know, because I was in Mexico, that I scored a solo pick with Robert Schuller, the minister, that knocked me back up into third place. It was like 86, I think. So it was only 14 points, but 25 for the solo pick. So I'm fucking back in the money. I'm raging in Deathpool. Didn't even know it.
I'm raging in Deathpool.
I'm raging in Deathpool. I'm fucking moving on up to the big time. And so yeah, we were at that baseball game. But I realized they gave me some jerseys after last season, and they gave me the jersey that they're wearing for old time baseball. So tomorrow they're playing one more game at 2:00. I can suit up and I'll just walk out onto the field. I have to put something over it while I'm sitting in the stands. But when they go to take the field, like between innings, I'll just walk out around the side and I'll play like middle left center field. Just hang out there and see if anyone notices. Because they don't take old-timey baseball real seriously. I'm sure a few of them do.
There won't be security rushing to get you off the field.
Well, the way those guys run.
I was going to say, to make it look like you actually are a player of the old-timey team, don't bend over and walk with a little hitch in your
already
giddy
walk
up.
like I'm fucking 115 years old anyway, so I would fit right in.
They probably know all about your, like, bringing your knee up when you sneeze. They could probably give you tips on that.
When I have a hernia, Floyd's, or I get a couple, but the one that hurts when I sneeze, it's right here in the craw there, in your
groin area,
in your groin. So when I sneeze, I just kick my knee up high to hold my guts in, and then my reading glasses fall off. It happens at least once a day. It's very funny. Floyd is here. Floyd, if you've been following the podcast, Floyd, Zombie Dick Floyd.
Zombie Dick, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. After we were podcasting when you called me that day.
Oh, really?
And told me in graphic detail about the state of your penis.
Yes.
So we talked about it on the podcast that night. And
I will. Yeah.
Grossed a few people out. Floyd is, I say this lovingly, but Floyd's like the town drunk. And not that there's a shortage of drunks in this town, but Floyd celebrates it. And you're always happy as fuck.
I take it seriously.
You do, and you're never. Floyd is like
I'm never late.
he's your mentor in being drunk. You want to be your age, which is what, 65 now?
64.
64. And just never reticent, never coming over apologizing, because he never does anything bad. He never I'm going to tell you the truth about what I've been thinking about you. He's always just happy. Sometimes he's stumbly, but he laughs it off. He remembers shit really well. And, but yeah, he's constantly fucked up. Just comes over, knows exactly where the bottle and the glass is. Go ahead, Floyd.
An easy guess for any host.
Yeah. And then, 6 months ago? 4 months ago.
December 2nd,
December 2nd, Floyd's.
2014.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have shit cancer. Floyd got the ass cancer.
Yeah.
Didn't break stride. Quit drinking immediately. I was even talking him into, you should probably drink a little bit for a couple of weeks.
Like a soft parachute, like kind of ease into it.
Yeah, because seriously, when you drank as much as Floyd drank, for as long as Floyd drank, just stopping immediately, it can be really dangerous.
One would think.
But no, Floyd
Here I
just
am.
stopped and never lost the smile. Like he'd come over and you're going, oh fuck, just seeing Floyd not with a glass of vodka in his hand. It's going to be so terrible. But he didn't ever seem to have a bad day.
During playoffs.
During
When
playoffs?
we had more people here
Playoffs?
than the regular weekly games. That must have been tough.
Yeah. So that was December 2nd. You said 4 months now.
Yeah, a little over, I guess, 4 months.
I should be focusing on the cancer.
I-
I'm
I-
like,
well,
so how's that
it's all
not
right.
drinking going?
It's all good.
So how did you beat this drinking thing?
Well, I wanted to beat it. So I have a good chance to beat it. So I figured, hey, I gotta, so not much as I hate to, I quit drinking. I love drinking, and when I said I gotta quit, at least a year until I either get a clean slate or I get stage 4, in which case,
What stage
game
are you
on.
now?
Game on.
What stage are you at now?
I'm at stage 2.
Stage 2.
Which
Weakling cancer. That's what Laura
Well,
Kimball would call it.
It's not. Yeah. Well, it can develop into worse things. It just basically means it hasn't progressed, hasn't gotten into my lymph nodes, my lungs, or my liver, or
Let's back up, because my listeners, I'm sure a lot of them are like me, where you're at a place, you've led a reckless life, and everything in the world you think is cancer. Every fucking sneeze and itch, it's AIDS related, it's something bad. So how did you first, what was the symptom that sent you to the doctor?
Well, see, I think I'm intuitive, so I kind of felt it like for a year. So I've been living like I was dying for years, I think. But no,
That's my point. All of us do that, and we don't
Exactly.
have cancer necessarily.
Yeah,
You
it
just
turns out
assume.
we didn't. Oh, okay, well, but no, I had a little bit of blood. I went to my primary doctor when I was pooping. I had a little bit of blood. He said, "Oh, you just have a hemorrhoid, no problem." But then it kept getting worse and worse.
Did you have a hemorrhoid, like as a false flag, kind of? Oh, there's a hemorrhoid there.
Well, I don't really know.
Did he look in your ass, or did he just assume it was a hemorrhoid?
Well, he looked in my ass and checked my prostate and said, "You have a hemorrhoid." So I probably do have a hemorrhoid, or maybe you saw the cancer and thought that was a hemorrhoid. I don't know. But, but
I don't know if it works like that,
I'm
but
just
go
making
ahead.
sure you don't have a lawsuit here.
I'm not the suing kind. I'm
Oh
good
no,
with-
we are.
No, it was just.
But you're the one who noticed blood in your stool.
Yeah, but it was
All right.
just light, and then it got worse. It got more blood, and then I procrastinated a lot. And I said, "Well, you got somebody coming over to visit, and it took about 6-7 months before I actually got in, and I've been putting off a colonoscopy ever since the first idea was presented to me, because it's not a fun idea, thought, a good thing to imagine doing, it just,
Right. You don't have to explain why you would.
Yeah, we all know.
avoid it.
We're guys. We all know this stuff, and so no, I finally got to have it done, and then and they gave me propanol, and wow, what a great drug to go under with. I mean, I see what Michael Jackson liked it because it just.
Oh,
wow.
was that the thing
Yeah,
that
that's
Michael Jackson
Yeah,
had too much of?
well, I guess.
Had free access to, I guess that's a better.
But
All depends on how you look at it. Maybe the perfect amount.
Well, that was a sleep aid for him. That was
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So why did they?
When I got my first hernia surgery, I was the fucking anesthetic was just so phenomenal. I can
Like
see
the
where
Twilight?
where people go, why would someone get like addicted to plastic surgery? Maybe just for that. Hey, give me a third ear. Really? Do you put me under for that? Yeah. Okay. Give me a couple.
I don't know, but the whole procedure wasn't that bad. It felt more like a ride at Universal Studios or something. They just got me on the gurney and they're riding me through, and I'm
Stay on mic, Floyd. Stay on mic.
and then I just and I roll over, and you're going to feel something, and then blink, I'm waking up, and I'm kind of la la la, and doctor says, "Well, yes, you have cancer and it's malignant. Have a nice day." No, it wasn't that. But no, he was there about. I was just a couple minutes gone, and I'm still.
So they put you completely out for a colonoscope?
colonoscopy. Yeah, they put you totally out. They would have to. I mean, ew.
I didn't know they did that. I
Yeah.
thought they just gave you some kind of. Yeah.
No, you got to go in and look.
Yeah,
I'm saying I didn't know they knocked you out to shove a camera up your ass.
You know what? You're right, because when Katie Couric did her colonoscopy, she was on mic the
You're
whole time.
gonna feel some pressure.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was thinking about it would
pressure.
be fun to do a live YouTube link up or something like that, but it could be like opening up Al Capone's vault or something. But
Well, yours would have been more interesting. There's actually something there.
oh. But I was groggy as hell, and and that was just kind of a shock, and it just it took a while to
Now, how soon did they tell you? You didn't
almost
literally
immediately.
come right out of.
pretty much really soon.
That's the way to find out is when you're still in that hazy
Twilight,
fog
yeah.
of happiness from the
Well,
anesthetic.
normally they send it off to a clinic and they ask to come back, and it does have to come back as positive. But
You have cancer.
It so
well,
happens,
you have a funny nose.
it's so, well, the guy performing it really knows what he's doing, and because he's had it before himself, and he's gone through it. So, and he's
I'm not just a
saying-
member.
and he's just telling me, yeah. And he's just telling me, yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure, and I believed him. And so,
Hang on one second. Joby, can whatever's blowing around up there is going to blow worse.
The cushions are on top.
Oh,
too.
the cushions are on top.
Yeah. Or they might be in the neighbor's yard by now.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So go ahead.
so, my wife's driving me home because she was my driver. And on the
Now,
way-
was she in the room when they told you had cancer, or could you surprise her with it?
No, they told her separately. They separated us like the cops do. Give us check our stories. I don't know, but yeah. No, we met up later, and we're both kind of in shock, and she's driving me home, and then she freaks out. She goes into a moment of distress, and starts reading me the riot act. Quit drinking or I'm leaving you. Stuff. And first I thought it
Yeah,
was
when do you need to drink more?
That's an
when someone
interesting.
just says, "Oh, you have cancer, honey. Can you stop by the corner? I'm going to leave you."
That's an interesting tact to take.
well, my wife don't beat about the bush, about stuff like that. I thought it was because she thought the drinking had caused the cancer, or she was afraid of keep drinking, it would get worse. I wouldn't, survive it. But she was playing the sobriety card.
Yeah, she's been sober for a while,
She's been sober for a long, long time, and
you've been drinking for
this
two.
tipped her over her sobriety right over the edge. So it's like, quit drinking. but so she didn't have to go through that because,
Hey, lady, I'm the one with cancer. I think you.
But I understand. I respect it. She was sober on and met her, so that's always been a little bone of contention between us.
Go. So you that was it. You didn't have a drink after the propanol.
No. And you didn't have to twist my arm to do it because I'm I got slapped awake. I said, okay. I want to beat this thing, especially after I talked to the surgeon and she said, well, my chances were pretty good. And she said, yeah, don't be drinking during all this, chemotherapy shit and everything. It's not
I wonder
a
if
good
there's
idea.
any kind of scientific
I was thinking
link
the
to
same
that.
thing.
I
Yeah.
think doctors just say, well, you shouldn't drink. Like on this medication, they always say don't drink,
Well-
and most of the time it doesn't fucking matter.
They gave me plenty of stuff to make up for it. I had
Your
plenty
liver
of-
might be going overtime anyway.
Dr. Drew would say you're just switching addictions.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
now you're
whatever.
addicted to cancer.
Yeah, now they. Yeah, but anyway, so that was basically.
So that was December.
That was December, and then I had to go through the stupid chemo radiation. I was not prepared for what.
How quickly do you go from you have cancer to you're getting chemo?
That was just about a month. I had to, because it was Christmas, a lot of doctors on vacation, I suppose.
And
or
people
whatever.
were visiting.
Yeah, I know. People were coming over, and
Cancer takes the holidays off.
my wife's mom was visiting at the time too, as a matter of fact. But it was just, you got to go see this. You got to take this test. Oh, I got to tell you about the one fun test. I took the PET scan.
PET scan.
PET scan, and this is they shoot radioactive.
Just in case it was a gerbil and not
No,
a
no.
malignant lump.
I make sure I nail the gerbil. Thank you. That's a callback to the vault joke. That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Snark.
So
Okay.
the PET
PET scan is they shoot this radioactive material into your veins, and then they can check and see if you have cancer in any of your organs a lot easier. And because it's one of the half a dozen tests they do to do the same thing. But, they told me that, don't even bother trying to fly today. And if you go through a Border Patrol check station, you are going to need papers. And they gave me papers. And sure enough, I had to go see the surgeon that day, so I had to go through the Border Patrol.
We have a border check for the listeners. We have a
Yes.
border check you have to go through when you leave here because we're close enough to the border that they'll stop you. And
It's a secondary,
If you want to
immigration
get anywhere near an interstate from here, you have to go through a Border Patrol station.
so you went through and
And, the guy's just waving people. He starts waving me through, and then all of a sudden on his belt goes, ding, ling, 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 ling. And he gets this look on his face. It was priceless. I wish I would have videoed it because he was
it's like the red phone ringing in the White House.
what do we fucking do? I didn't know that worked.
They made me pull over to the side. They checked my papers, and and they let me go. And I still made it to the appointment on time. But it was just funny. It was just, the look on his face was just, it's like,
Floyd was a dirty bomb.
a dirty bum, a dirty bum. He's over there.
So the PET scan.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
The PET scan went good. All my scans showed no
So it's just
signs
up
of it
your ass.
anywhere but in my rectum. And normally they just anymore they will just cut out the part that a certain distance around the part that has the cancer, and then eventually reattach it so you can still.
Now your rectum is your asshole, or is that your?
No, you
the pipe?
you got your large intestine, you got your little intestine, and then it comes
Both of mine are
down.
large.
Your rectum is a holding tank. That's where your turds are formed. And
Okay, well-
imagine.
It's where water's removed and everything
Oh,
compacts.
yeah, that's your sphincter is your asshole.
Yeah.
There's two sphincters, and then there's the anus. Actually,
All right, so
rectum.
this is in the
sphincter,
pipes.
Anus.
Okay, so this is in the pipes.
It is so near the end of the rectum that they can't cut it out.
You
and
can see it from
reattach
here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So basically, what they have to do is remove my rectum, both sphincters, my anus, and all the muscles around.
Oh no!
They're gonna core me like a ham.
So that bag is permanent. I
the
came back and I back from somewhere. One of the fucking trips we were on, and we were walking the dogs past neighbor Dave's, and Floyd's over there playing the Wii golf with Reverend Derek and Kenny, and they all come out. And Floyd immediately whips out his Girls Gone Wild, but it's Shit Bag Gone Wild, and he's like, and he just pulls up his shirt to show me his colostomy bag, and I was sober.
no, that
I'm
wasn't a
dog
colostomy
walking now. That wasn't?
That was my chemo infuser.
Oh, I just assumed it was a shit bag. I turned away.
A lot of people assume I'm a shitbag.
So go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
No, but go ahead.
I want to ask you about the chemo infuser. That's something that's like an IV bag that's like trickling the chemo. Is that what's going on?
Right.
Like a measured amount.
I go in once a week and get it refilled, and it's just all little computerized battery operated thing that fits on your belt, has tubes coming out of it that go to this little thing right here.
Like
On your
shunt
chest.
or
You wanna
something?
see it?
Is it a shunt?
No, we don't want to see it because the listener would just be disappointed
Well,
that they couldn't.
This is like a third.
honestly, the both
this
of us
looks
would
like a
love-
third nipple, but it's all the way up here because I had to have that installed the same way at the hospital. They put me out and this has a little tube that goes directly to a vein that goes directly to my heart, basically.
So instantly.
So they can plug a needle in there real easy, and so they would plug the fuser into that, once a week and then take it out once a week. And
So they probably want to make sure there's no infection or anything like going on there.
yeah, well,
'Cause,
it
that's
lessens the
invasive.
chance
That's
of
going.
that, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't have to go every day and sit in one of those chairs while the drip comes through.
Yeah.
And I can go to work and do all normal stuff like that. That's the idea of it.
All right. So how long did you do that? How long was? Are you
6
still
weeks.
on the chemo bag?
No, I had that the same amount of time I had the radiation, 6 weeks,
right.
as I remember, 6 weeks, something like that.
And that's normal.
Yeah, I had some complications from it. However, the tubes came loose a couple times, and here's where the story starts getting along. But first of all, the chemo started giving me side effects. It lowered my immune system, and the first thing to pop up was shingles, and which is annoying enough, But then I got some kind of
I know a few people who've had shingles, and it's
It's like chicken
fucking
pox.
horrific.
Yeah.
Yes, it was one of the least things that happened. As it turned out, then I got this nasty kind of jock itchy thing, which I've had before. So I
Now, since about 140% of my listeners are men, what do you mean by jock itch? Because jock itch to me is between your balls and your inner thigh.
yeah. It doesn't smell pleasant and it itches, and it's down there. It usually happens.
just balls.
It usually happens when you haven't taken a bath for a couple of weeks, or if you're not circumcised. I guess it can happen a lot more often. But it's called balanitis. RNA.
Not circumcised.
I'm
haven't
not
taken
making
a
that
shower.
up. It's not. It is called balanitis.
I don't think, by your reaction, I don't think that's technically accurate.
No, it
made that
isn't. Might be balanitis.
Oh, really? It is called that?
I'm not making that up.
All right, so you have an unpleasant jock.
Yeah, and so I was putting some cortisone cream on it to try to advance the healing on it.
So you don't have to shower.
No, with that thing attached to me, in order to shower, I had to hold the machine outside of the shower. I wasn't allowed to take baths because if the machine got in the water, blah blah problems, So that was part of the problem, But anyway, I was applying, liberally applying the cream, and I got down and pulled my pants up and looked down, and the tube to the infuser is I'm dangling on the bathroom floor,
Bubbling.
and it's oozing out. And when they give you this thing, they give you this little toxic cleanup bag. I'm not making this up. It'll toxic. If it spills, you have to clean it up. If it gets on your skin, it will burn through your skin. But they can pump it into your blood because your blood dilutes it. I'm not making this shit up.
No, that's the thing. You're serious.
So anyway, I look at the end of it, and it's got cortisone cream on it. So I know immediately where it spilled. It spilled right in my crotch.
Oh, Jesus.
So I go, oh, ooh. And I'm showing it to Liz, and Liz is going, oh, just reattach it. I said, oh, well, I don't know. This goes directly to my heart. And, I declined, and I just detached everything. you know, and
See, I would call Shawnee. Like, he can fix anything. You get something fucked up in Bisbee, call Shawnee. He can fix it.
well, I cleaned up as best I can. I didn't get out the toxic cleanup bag, you know.
So what did you use, like toilet paper or something?
I just use a washcloth and, you know, I just washed down as best I could. But anyway, and I still don't know if that caused it, but within a week later, it did it again, too.
It fell out. The tube fell out again.
In a different place, it came unattached. And they just, you know, they said I was moving around too much, you know. That was the reason it kept doing it. But and this time I was at work, and it came out up here, and a bunch of blood came back out of my body, and it spilled. My shirt was all wet. That's how I noticed it. And I go, you know, so.
I just spilled chemicals all over myself.
After
I think
that-
Floyd's still drunk.
Hey.
When you listen to him talk and you listen to his story about, I think Floyd drank so much over the course of his life that at 4 months, it's, you know, when you wake up the next morning, you go, I'm really hungover, but I don't feel that bad. And you go, oh, that's because I'm still shit-faced.
Yeah.
I think you're 4 months drunk.
I'm naturally drunk.
So you spill it all over yourself the second time.
Yeah, and I don't know where it went that
You're
time, but I had
awash
a
in
lot to clean up
toxins.
that time, you know, and so, but anyways, something around that point, I started noticing I also had, you know, kind of an open sore on one side, and I said that's not good.
On one side of your groin.
Yeah, right under my nutsack, you know. So it's like
How do you know you have an open sore on the back of your nutsack?
it hurts.
I could have a pot
hurts.
of gold on the back of my nutsack and never find it.
Well, I looked. I
are all
can't
these
remember
gold
how I
flakes?
looked. I can't remember if I used a mirror to tell you, but I found it, and it was there, and it was festering. And I went to the doctor. And they gave me some antibiotics, and I started taking those. And then shortly after that, I started noticing red spots, real red on my dick and on my one spot on my balls. And I thought that was all part of what had already happened, you know, at the time.
Spilling chemicals on your dick.
Well, it could have been that, or it could have been a lot of things. It could have been the shingles. It could have been the balanitis. You know, it was really hard for me to tell at the time.
Could
what
have
it was.
just been Christmas.
But it sure looked like a sunburn, you know, to me. So
You'd remember that.
I went in and asked my radiologist. And my radiologist said, "No way, you're not in the zone. You could be sprayed in the spray zone, you know." And she said,
Spray zone. What does that mean?
"Well, I guess that's mean where it gets by where they're really aiming at, you know."
Oh, okay.
And she proved it by taking me over the computer and pointing at the screen and saying, "See?" And I'm going, "Well, you know, I can't see anything but that, but I can see my dick.
So
I can see my dick's red."
It's not the chemicals that are in your system, part of the chemotherapy. That's what you mean by spray zone?
No, it's not. It's not from the radiation.
Oh, okay. All right.
So which I thought it looked like. It looked like a sunburn. It looked like I was getting burned.
All right.
But she said, "There's no way. No way that happened." So she said it was.
Were you walking your dog with your cock and balls out with no sunscreen? Not that I remember.
The radiologist diagnosed it as, what do you call that? The ladies get all the time.
Yeast infection.
Yeast infection.
Wow, I could be on a fucking game show.
Yeah, you'd
Bad
be
things
buzzing
wrong
in,
with
yeah.
your cock or vagina.
Well, I didn't know guys got
I'll take
yeast
spots on
infections.
nuts for 1,000, Alex.
Well, it's not to correct our guest, but it's balanitis, not ballinitis.
Bow.
He's
But
on
I
his
just
phone.
thought I decided I'd like get the actual definition, and it's a swelling of the foreskin or head of the penis, and on uncircumcised men. Poor hygiene in uncircumcised men.
Yeah, well, I am
You're not
circumcised.
thank God. I'd ask you to leave.
We'd have to throw that mic away.
And it didn't start out on the head, but it wound up there. And God, it had so many things going on, it's hard to tell which one it was. But anyway, she gave me some pills for the yeast infection. I go back in 3 days, and it's blown up. It's all over. You know, it's like a huge.
Wait, blown up like swollen up? Because everyone wants to get a visual of it. Is it a
It's
giant
blown up and
mushroom head?
like it's red all over. It's beet red.
It's like a hot spot.
And it's starting to get oozy, pussy, white, bloody stuff and blisters. And
We're up to 155% all male listeners.
like I said, it looked like a zombie been chewing on it. You know, it's just fucking. It's horrible. And she says, well, you must have not have taken your medication right. And well, I was no, I counted the pills. I took it all right. And I know they gave me some other pills and other antibiotics. That was an antifungal, I think, and they gave me antibiotics, and it just kept continuing to get worse. Finally, they said, you just need to go to the emergency room. So I went there, and that's where they said balanitis.
Oh, first of all, you go to the emergency room, and it's silent in the lobby. So everyone's hearing what you're there for. I brought Bingo to the emergency room countless times, and there's 3 people in there, and so they hear everything you say. So you go, my dick's all weird. What do you say?
Well, the guy with zombie dick needs to come up to the counter. I don't know. But, and since I had to see the surgeon that day like an idiot, I said, well, we're going to Tucson. I'll just go to the clinic in Tucson, which was a 5-hour wait instead of a 50-minute wait in Bisbee or something. Yep. So that was stupid. But and then they gave me a bunch of stuff that didn't work either. And
you're getting different diagnoses all the time, right?
Yes, quite a few. And by the next weekend, I was back in the emergency room again.
Put your dick in hot chicken soup. What? I don't.
Went back to the emergency room in Bisbee this time, and I can't remember why, but it was a weekend, and I was really hurting, and I couldn't pee, and other stuff like that. And he said. And he said that something that made pretty much sense. That, well, this isn't going to kill you, but the cancer will. So you need to just bear up and go through this. There's a lot of stuff that happens when you go through, this. You just get it through get through the chemo, get through the radiation, and then this will all blow over, and you'll be fine. And that made a lot of sense. And he also gave
it doesn't make sense. When you get weird shit on your dick, I had a fucking ingrown hair that went awful to this day. I can't talk about it. It just went awful, and I had to go to the fucking Chiricahua clinic, and I still think cancer would have taken second place to a fucking
the angry sore on your nuts.
Oh yeah, it turned into a hole.
Yeah,
it was bad. And then I had to go to Costa Rica because I already had tickets, and I'm just sitting down there going, I don't want to be in a tropical climate. The fucking hole from an abscess in my dick.
No.
So
not
cancer.
Costa Rica.
Yeah. No, I would have rather fucking died of cancer.
Yeah.
Hold off, Floyd. Let's hear more about Doug's the abscess
Go
in his
ahead.
penis.
Wild hair.
All right, go on if you will
Yes.
with your cancer.
Whatever.
Let's get this through. We'll get through this.
Dick is worse than cancer.
But anyway, so I had to find some ways to cope, and I had to come up with some ways to cope because I couldn't wear regular clothing because my dick would stick to it and it would be like Velcro trying to get it off. It's like, I know.
Is it the
I can laugh now.
The open sores are sticking to your undergarments.
The whole freaking thing was sticking to anything clothing wise. So I couldn't touch anything. It would just stick there and I had to peel it off. It would just, so even I wanted to go to the doctor. It was awkward, so I didn't want,
So you're wearing a muumuu.
No, I came up with this. I could probably market these and sell these. I tore apart our salad shooter and, a little basket inside. And we have one. We don't have one of those giant ones.
Now, hold on a second. I'm familiar with the product. A salad shooter is a bowl that has a colander on the inside of the bowl and a geared crank on the top that you spin the salad really quickly, and then all the moisture comes off and collects below the bowl, and you take out your dry, clean lettuce, correct? Mm-hmm. All right.
And no, we're not going to reuse it. No way. Put it in the yard sale, maybe.
What did you do?
I had to hold my hernia for that one. No, we can't use that.
So you took the strainer, the basket part,
and I put it down. I got some real baggy pants.
Sure.
And put it down there like Star Wars shield, and it just, it looked a little weird, bulgy and everything. And I'd wear a real long shirt and
you
stuff.
got to get on the mic, dude.
I'd wear a real long shirt and and it bulged out, made me look real manly, No, but yeah, people didn't notice that much in Bisbee, you know, especially at Safeway. You know, I just walk around. With
No
a
one
cart.
makes eye contact at Safeway because you're afraid you're going to see somebody
not when you look like that.
I thought you were just sitting down at the Miners and Merchants. You're going
Oh,
like,
I thought he was at home.
No, I took out. I didn't go to work for a month. I could not go to work. I wasn't going to go in like that and try to wait on people. But I did have to go to Safeway and to the doctor. And neighbor Dave gave me rides to the doctor all the time, and that was really great. I sure give a plug to neighbor Dave. For his
Yeah,
help.
neighbor Dave, his dick probably looks like that all the time.
All I wanted to know was it
But
was it contagious?
He's got the meat curtain to like shield it.
maybe there's your
Never
market.
peel apart.
Well, whatever, it worked, and it just saved me. It just like I was able to make it through the whole thing because I had that on there. And the other thing that saved me was, and the stupid doctors. I went to all kinds of different doctors. Not one of them said, you know, because I was having a lot of trouble peeing, that you know, put your dick in some warm water, and it'll help you pee. And I came up with that on my own, thank God, because I was having a hard time. Otherwise, I would have had a catheter put in. I didn't want that. So if you're out there and you ever have this problem, warm water, you know.
Oh yeah, speaking of, while you're taking notes, Floyd can't go in the pool. It's about that time of year. About that time of year, we're gonna fill up the pool.
Wait till I get my colostomy bag. You think no go in the pool?
No floaties in the pool. I'm just a bad swimmer.
Daddy,
no
what's
Floyd.
that thing on that guy's stomach?
So it went away. How long did you have zombie dick?
Well, it started going away as soon as the radiation chemotherapy ended, and so it started getting better. It took about 2 weeks to get noticeably better, and about another week to where I could wear clothes again. And
How long before your wife blew you? Hey, honey, I quit drinking for you.
I almost had to stop masturbating, you know, but
Hey, if we could go back 1 second, the scabby shooter. How did you keep that in place? Was it just your pants?
oh yeah. Okay,
I mean,
let me go back. How did I do? Oh, okay. So I wear one pair of underwear and put it up under me, and put the other pair of underwear over the scabby shooter, and that would hold it into place.
Oh, you borrowed a pair of neighbor Dave's underwear.
No, just I doubled up.
fits over the hole.
It held it jiggled around a little bit, and if it jiggled around too much, it would hurt like hell. So I had to be pretty careful because nothing could touch anything, or it just. I mean, it felt. I swear, like somebody put me on a meat block and smacked me with a hammer. Literally, I mean that's how it felt. It just boom. And they gave me fentanyl patches. They gave me hydromorphine. They gave me all kinds of shit to take, and I couldn't even watch TV when it was really hurting. I could just stare at the wall, and go,
Oh, that's terrible.
horrible.
Yeah, dick thing. When vasectomy, I'm sure I talked about this on an album where after my vasectomy and my balls swelled up, just anything that, like, I was afraid of like eye contact in traffic where I would extrapolate that into if there's a road rage situation and I had to like fight or run or anything or move quickly. I was just terrified of every fucking thing in the world. So now let's get to now that zombie dick has gone away. I
Well,
want to take a break. Should we take a break now? And then we'll get to your asshole being cut out?
well, yeah. Well,
People at home might need a break.
Let me tell you. Let me expound on one thing that happened.
Go.
About 2 days after the end of the treatment. I had like this weird thing happen. I just woke up on Thursday morning, and I was in this fantastic mood because first of all, it's over. I don't have to do this anymore. But I was just in a fantastic freaking mood. I felt good, just happy to walk outside. Woohoo! Breathe air. You know, it just felt really good, and it's lasted since. And I've just been in a wonderful mood since. And
I've never seen you in anything but a wonderful mood.
I'm in a better mood. I feel good, and I seriously want to beat this thing so I can drink again. You know, and no other reason. I just been for no particular reason, you know, happy. Just I feel good. You know,
See, there's a positive message. We're going to take a break. As you can hear, I'm slurping a drink. So I'm going to make a drink it in front of Floyd,
I'm gonna open
and
another
never
Coke.
feel bad about that. We'll be right back
should not.
after this. Sex! Ah! Rulers of the Underpants universe! Sex! Ah! Keep your balls off your legs and such.
Sax underwear. Don't have sweaty balls.
Is that good? I don't know. All right, we are back. And now, Floyd, now that your zombie dick is gone and your chemo is your stint, what happened to the hole in your heart?
So I still got the port because they're going to do some chemo later.
Oh, more chemo to come? Mm-hmm. All right, but they're going to cut out your asshole and your sphincters, double sphincters?
My double
I never
sphincter.
knew you had two sphincters. I
Well,
guess I
I
have
didn't know
short
that either.
fingers.
I don't know. I just believe what the doctor tells me. What can I say? You know, it just, you know. Well, most of the times, except for my I had a little problem with my radiation doc the other day. We had a little dust up.
Dr. Vinny Boombots? It sounded like you were setting up a joke. Oh, yeah,
No, we had a little dust up. I
Donnybrook?
I went in for my 1 month follow up to the.
That's your word of the day right there, Donnybrook. Look it up. Google it. Go ahead. So you go in.
And I mentioned the fact that not a fact, but that what I thought that I actually had some radiation burns, you know, along with everything else
Where?
on my dick. I think that
Oh,
was,
so we're not done with the dick.
no, we're not.
I was segueing in the asshole, but maybe we should have
Well,
taken
consider
the break
it a
later.
callback.
Okay.
Okay. Because this just happened just recently. Anyways, I thought that I had radiation burn. That was really what
That's
the
what I
inflammation
thought.
was
When
all
I
about.
first got herpes. I
And
went through the whole Rolodex of other things. Radiation burn? I was near Area 51.
Please,
Well,
radiation burn.
I just mentioned that I thought, in my opinion, you know, blah blah. But she just went ballistic. I mean, she just got really like irate.
The doctor went
The
ballistic.
doctor. Yeah, she said, I can't be your doctor if you don't trust me. And fired me as a patient.
Oh, see, now I'm seeing lawsuit.
She recused
She's going to
herself.
sue me. But no, she's, I don't.
So what was your argument? This is a radiation burn, and she's saying what?
Well, I questioned her diagnosis. She said it was caused by something from the chemo, and I said, well, I think it wasn't just that. I just thought, you know, that
You're
it was
dirty. You're a dirty woman. You gave me herpes with your hands.
No. It just that I don't know that. I just think that. But she would not like to be questioned, and she got irate. And you know, the thing is, the whole thing's over with the radiology anyway. So it's just a follow up. So she fired me from following up on stuff. So who cares? But it was
I
just
got fired from an accountant once for not having enough money.
yeah. Well,
Getting fired by a doctor? I don't even want to be your
she
doctor.
already had the money, you know. So the insurance got that down. I just don't understand, you know, why doctors get so, uppity, like they think that you should believe everything and never question anything they say. I'm just not like that, so I question stuff.
Was it perhaps maybe you were bringing something to light that may have been her fault?
Maybe she thought I was blaming her. I wasn't, because I'd gone online and I belong to a couple cancer forums. I've talked to a lot of people who have gone through it. And I talked to at least a dozen people, both men and women, who've had radiation burns from the radiology. So I think it's quite possible. And I don't care what the computer says. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. It is a possibility. That's all. So as I was just bringing that up in.
Just for the listener out there, this is not another Margot podcast. This is Floyd. He's talking to us.
You know, I got allergies. I've been allergies for the last couple of weeks.
A man is apologizing for sounding too much like Margot. No, it's allergies. That's why it's so deep.
I'm talking through a brick.
Okay, so you got fired by your doctor.
Yeah. So, big whoop.
And the new doctor.
Well, she just referred me to the chemo doctor. I don't really care. I don't want to go back.
So what's next?
Anyway. Next is the surgery, and that happens in a month from tomorrow on the 11th of May. I go in and they drill me. They basically they cut me open here and they cut me up down here and they attach.
All right, you're pointing to your abdomen and your asshole.
Yeah, you know the difference, right?
Yeah, but the listeners don't. This is not on video.
Shut up. I'm kidding. Oh God, let me get straight.
Is this why she fired you? Are you testy like that?
Well, yeah, she could have been.
Okay, so they're gonna cut through your guts.
I can be difficult.
If I can interject, my father had this surgery, and I took care of him for a couple of years afterwards. I'm gonna point to myself on my own body where this scar is. It goes from, I think what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it goes
I
from
had to clean that on my dad. My dad had shit cancer too, and so yeah, I had to.
It goes from your belly button down, straight down, and then around the ball sack area, and then to the anus or the.
Not my dad.
That is quite possible. The way my
Don't
doctor
sweat the details, Floyd. Just relax.
Well, they said that they had to cut here and there both, and it's going to be a serious thing. I'm going to be in the hospital a week for it, at least. And she said she suggested that I no, don't go back to work for 3 to 4 months. But I told her there was a problem that my boss was an asshole. He wouldn't let me off that much. And she's looking at me like
Floyd is self-employed.
Yeah, but
Floyd owns
owns
his own
the
shop.
business.
That's the joke, listener.
well, she stared at me for a moment, but
That animal. What can we do?
But no, I can't afford to be out of work for that long, really. But hopefully, it won't take that long.
Well, don't worry. We'll do a fundraiser for you.
And during that time, at some
No, we
point during the next 6 months from the surgery, I have to go in and take more chemo. And then I'll be done with the chemo as long as I get a clean.
Wait, they're
scan.
going to cut out your asshole. First of all, let's get a graphic about you're never going to take a shit again.
Oh, I'll take shits. They just won't come out the same place again. They're sewing my butt up. They're going to
so you're going to be on a bag.
Yeah, I'm going to be on a bag
Forever.
Yeah, a bag forever. Right.
All right.
But look at the bright side.
Get him his own chair like neighbor Dave for football.
So it's because the cancer or the cancerous area that they've located on you is so close to the exit portal,
Right.
that they can't really do anything except sew that up and then have you shit in a bag for the rest of your life.
I could probably find a doctor who would do it, but the chances of the cancer spreading become a lot more likely if they don't take it out a certain amount of, I think that's 2 or 3 centimeters.
Yep.
And I got 1 centimeter,
So your asshole is working now.
It's working real good right now. Because the chemo and the radiation shrunk it down really good.
Since I saw that months ago, what I thought was a colostomy bag that you were showing me with the tube, you pulled up your shirt and I looked away. Like, okay, I don't need to see. So I've assumed that you've been shitting in a bag this whole time.
No.
So
That's coming up. No. That was the chemo infuser, which
was-
you don't know because the reaction when
yeah, I just assume I
That
know.
little teeny tiny tube, you thought shit was going through that. I understand.
I didn't look. I didn't stare. I didn't
I know.
size it up. I
It's
saw
like-
you pulling up.
you're a
your
light eater.
shit.
You're
It's
a
like
drinker.
meeting somebody with really bad teeth. You don't want to really look,
Oh yeah, no. All right. I'll just leave that alone.
You don't want to be obvious, looking, but
Doug could go into it, but he'd make the cancer patient cry.
What? No.
With your explanation.
No.
yeah.
I would my first worry would be about my diet because just shitting now. Like, if you take downers and then I didn't drink water, I eat poop pills.
Psyllium Husk, which is
Psyllium
a sponsor
Husk.
of the show.
Yes, Psyllium Husk. Fucking, if you want ginormous poops that you take pictures of and put on Twitter, I just tweeted a poop. It was that big, not too long ago. And that, you know what? That's another good reason to take pictures of your poop and tweet them, is because maybe someone spots blood in it, and you can catch your cancer before they have to sew your asshole shut, like the eyes in a Metallica video.
Right.
Is that metallic? Scorpions, maybe.
I don't know.
Scorpions have the forks.
Maybe it's 9 Inch Nails. I don't know. Someone had their eyes sewn shut.
It's sewed shut.
Also, the rectum.
Hold on. We got to get to the bottom of this.
I just remember a video. I don't know. I'm not a
No
music
pun
guy.
intended?
Sewed
Maybe
eyes
it's an album cover. I don't know. Some fucking eyeball sewn shut.
Blackout had Shanker with the Scorpions, but they had the eyes
No, it was sewn shut.
sewn shut.
Can you sew them shut? Maybe I just envisioned it when I heard that lyric.
Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. That was one of the visuals. Yeah,
Maybe it's not. Maybe either way.
Alice in
take
Chains
pictures
touring
of your
this
poops.
summer.
We'll do that as a benefit. Hey, tweet your poops. The winning poop.
I might have to take a picture of my last poop. You know,
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I know what affects a poop at this point, or I know how to make a poop. But if you have a bag, you don't want a solid no wiper. You think you'd want mud.
They're all no wipers.
Well, yeah,
With a
but I'm
bag.
saying, but if they're like, how big's the tube? When you have a colostomy bag, how big's the tube?
I think from what I see, they call it a stoma. I have no exactly.
Oh yeah, no. But
All right, so that's
when
2 inches you're showing me.
When my dad had shit cancer, my brother would call me up because we traded off early on. Okay, when they get to that place when they're gonna die, my brother gets dad, I get ma, because
There's two of you, and you guys.
well, I get
both-
along better with
yeah,
ma,
you flip the coin,
and you know they're regionally they're closer, and I got ma with me. So, but my brother would call me up while he's taking care of my dad and go, I just had to clean off dad's stoma, and I just hang up on him. He goes, stop it, I don't want to hear. And he'd call me up, and I just had to pick up dad's dick and put it in the bedpan. And I go, you get the house, stop calling. But yeah, the stoma.
Well, here's how the rectum works. The stuff goes in there fairly loose, I think, already.
from the large intestine, it dumps into the colon.
Yeah, and then that's where it forms into the nice bricks or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so the foundry is this is where it's still clay. This is where Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze just have
Arms
it on
wrapped around each other on the clay
before,
wheel.
Yeah, before it goes into
Potter's
the
wheel.
kiln.
exactly.
So they're cutting out your kiln.
So the colon is the kiln.
Not just the kiln, but it also absorbs a lot of nutrients. So, you know, and I did ask one of my doctors, said, well, won't I need to take supplements or something like vitamins because I won't be getting as much vitamins? And all the doctor says, well, nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm not really.
Oh, there's plenty of people in this town who'll tell you exactly what to do for
Aromatherapy, maybe?
Weed oil, you know, marijuana. cures
Wait, you're
cancer.
doing the weed, right?
Well, no.
Medicinal?
No, I'm not. I'm
Wait,
not.
are you a cop?
But I'm not.
You can't get medicinal marijuana? Oh,
I
that's
can
right.
if I want, but
Nah,
somebody
I
will
forgot,
have a.
Yeah, someone's gonna
sniff it. And I don't really like pot.
and quit. You can't.
You know, actually, I would, but I just don't care if I find the right strain. Maybe I'd smoke. I smoked it for 25 years, but it gives me anxiety and just makes me, you know, really shut down.
It's much different now.
Yeah, it's too strong or something.
Well, but you can get doses that are kind of cued into what you're trying to fight. Because if there's anyone who's eligible
trouble is
for medical,
the biggest problem with it doesn't make me drunk. What I need are Quaaludes, and you can't find those.
I know. We watched Wolf of Wall Street. We know
Yeah.
they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
So in a month you're gonna have a bag, and
Yeah.
it's almost like I lost a friend. Now
But
I'm all.
you're already mourning the loss.
Well,
Don't make Floyd laugh if he
I
doubles over.
I feel the same way.
This is going to be a spiel.
And I always took my asshole for granted, pretty much, But
Are you going to
miss
do?
it.
Dave Attell used to have a great bit. If I knew I was going to lose my hair, I'd have done a crazy things and get a bouffant. Like,
I thought.
But are you going to do
ask
weird
him if I
things
could
with your
put it in a
asshole?
jar or something like that?
No, between now and when your asshole goes away, you're gonna like stick pickles in it and do fun stuff. Try to like pump air into it and then blow up balloons for kids. Or
No, I don't want to disrespect it. I might have a memorial service. Some kind of memorial. Would be.
I think we can throw that party. I do have a book to write, but
Talk
do you
to
have
the-
a date yet for your
Talk to the rectum.
going away party for your asshole?
I do not.
You don't have a surgery date?
Oh, the surgery date, yeah, May
May 11th.
May 11th.
May 11th.
Which is a Monday.
Well, then Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's right before. You have plenty of time before the tour.
Cocktail, psyllium husk.
Yeah.
If we fill your asshole with helium, will you fart in a high pitch?
We'll put one of them the cat call whistles.
We're gonna do crazy things with Floyd's asshole.
Out with a bang, man.
I'm not a fan of myself, but I would be the only kind of person I'd want to be around if I had shit cancer.
You have a way.
And
Yeah.
Floyd knew coming in. Like, he's like, oh, geez, now I have fucking ass cancer and I got to go hang out at football. Yeah, you had most of the jokes coming in. We couldn't get the punchlines because you had them first.
Well, there's so many of them out there. I mean, it really is endless. Just ass jokes. Back when I used to do comedy, I had a lot of ass jokes.
Floyd was Floyd did comedy for a minute in the 90s, early 90s.
Back in the 90s, I worked my way all the way up to middle, and then I quit.
Yeah, his stage name was Phil Devoid.
Filled the void.
You can see why he quit.
Well, I quit. I wasn't funny. That was one thing. But I was funny. But I didn't want to. I see. You have to pay your dues. You have to go on the road. You have to. It's not something for a 40-something. And I had a kid and stuff like that. I could just see. That's when I moved. I quit when I moved to Bisbee.
Well, you still do what you did for a while. When I first moved here, you were doing like the women's club.
I would do it once in a while.
They annually the women's club do some ha-ha-palooza kind of night.
I did a bit down at the jazz club a few months ago, and it was fun. It was fun to get out and do it again.
Jazz club? We have a jazz club?
We had a jazz club for about 2 months over in the San Jose, over at the La Ramada.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
And
that.
it was
by
only
sushi.
for a couple months, and he asked me if I wanted to MC it, and I said, yeah, sure, So I went over there and did some jokes and stuff, and it was really hard. After my jokes are all 20 years old, so that doesn't help.
So you can still write for TV.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with this John Wayne Bobbitt?
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Bruce
He got his
Valanche.
dick cut off. I'm getting my asshole cut out.
Bruce Valanche is sweating and going like, the Emmys are coming up. Who's this? Who's this Phil Devoid?
Well, going on the road and, you get different city all the time. You're working in a bar where they encourage you to drink and it's free. And then they want to party afterwards. It's not a game for a 40-something anyway,
Back then, 40-something.
Yeah, back then, which I was.
By the way, if the hardcores out there, at one point we put out some YouTube clip. It was from my website, but I'm sure it exists on YouTube somewhere. I was just announcing I'm coming to do some show. I was just promoting a show with a clip, and Floyd was in the background, and they put graphics up like, who's this guy? He's the guy that looks exactly like Charles Bukowski. And I have a friend, Alfredo Triferis, who was a friend, I know he still lives in Seattle, who looks exactly like Dr. Drew. And if I thought Floyd could act, because Alfredo's a comic, and he's actually played Dr. Drew in sketch troupes, I was going to do a video of Charles Bukowski in celebrity rehab and have Alfredo be Dr. Drew. And when I did Dr. Drew's podcast, I said, what would you say to Hunter S. Thompson or Dean Martin?
Classic drunk.
The classic fuck-ups. And he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But I think it would have been a brilliant video. But
Maybe we give him something to
if you
look
look
forward
at,
to.
if you have the album Hostage by Charles Bukowski, which I had hanging in my wall of albums in the laundry room, I said, Floyd, do you know you look exactly like Charles Bukowski? And that's back when his hair was like that too. And I brought out the album and I'm like, oh fuck. So he was actually practicing trying to talk like Charles Bukowski.
I'm not sure I could pull it off or not. Maybe. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Couple whiskeys.
I don't know if enough people even know what he looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have that gift. So yeah, we'll set a party,
I'm up
your
for that.
asshole going away party, and then we'll
Oh my God. I can't wait. Yeah.
please tweet all your ideas for what to do with Floyd's asshole within reason.
The asshole's going away, but the ass will still
I just
be
imagine
here.
your wife walking through the gates, seeing you bent over a thing with a bunch of people laughing and clapping while you're doing something. You're blowing fart bubbles into a bubble, wand. Making kazoo, whatever. I just imagine you leaning your head back over your shoulder and screaming, "At least I'm not drinking, Lizzie."
I'm pretty sure Liz would be a no-show for that party. I already brought up the possibility of a party, and she said, I'm not going. So
Yeah, it's fine.
She doesn't drink anyway.
You
so-
know what?
drink anyway.
That's I see Liz at Safeway. It takes me, like, I say hi, we have small talk, we chat, then I zip off to the other side of Safeway and I say to Bingo, "Fucking who was that?" Because she's nice to me. So I'm like,
You're suspicious?
yeah. Well, I would never think it's Floyd's wife because I had just assumed she hates me, which she probably does.
no,
But it's
she
Bisbee.
doesn't.
We all
She
put-
doesn't hate you. She doesn't approve of you.
Same thing.
She doesn't approve of me either. But we get along pretty good for 20 years, 21 years. I can't remember, but we've always had a good relationship in a lot of ways, and it always outweighed the bad. So.
Yeah, it works.
And she stuck by you. You guys are, you're a team going into this.
Now you know she doesn't just love you for your sphincter or the other one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Well, that's Floyd. I'm looking forward to this. I have a couple other things. I'll just save them for the next podcast because they're not related to Floyd, and Floyd was a perfect guest.
Well, all right.
That's it. Usually, go ahead. Hang on. Well, let's pause because I need one more drink.
All right.
We'll see if there's anything we need to wrap up. All right, hey, quick update on the killer termites. First of all, the fucking merchandise, you kind of stole my Chaley because the fucking killer termite shirts are going out the fucking window. And so all fucking Chaley's doing is
This is
packaging
Doug
and
Stanhope.
shipping shit, and I
I'll
have no
leave the light
friends.
on for you.
So screw you. Buy a little bit less this time.
I don't like this. I don't approve this ad. I will not. I guarantee you right now, this will not go on the air.
That's going on the air.
It will not go on the
I
air.
will go on the air. I said buy some.
You said buy. Listen.
How about if you live in the Northeast, just buy a whole shitload and then you sell them for a couple dollars more, so I get my friend back because all he's doing is fucking selling merch, and this is going on the air. I run this thing, don't I? Not really. All right, and the other thing is the
You
big
didn't finish.
what the killer termites.
We're in back order. We're sold out, but you can still order online.
Yeah,
We're
because
back
you
order.
ordered more, so
I
you'll
ordered
never
more.
be my friend.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, go ahead, order more. You know, I don't really like Chaley during the day. I need it takes me several Negronis.
Everyone loves that I'm in that little room by myself.
All right, and the killer termites, you, who have been named such, and we're the fucking bingo thing, the Wyoming short film contest that I had to fucking collapse and go, hey, will you vote for my girlfriend? But you did, and the guy that you're beating is very fucking angry and wrote Lindy, the girl that made the video, and her husband, actually, or her husband, Jeremy, but yeah, wrote them She said an 11-page email. First of all, there's no pages in email. This is all Chinese and I'm like, send me the fucking thing, because he's like bitching and saying,
I'll
well,
leave the light on for you.
Jeremy works for the community college, so he's going, oh, you got the whole college.
Oh,
First of all, it's rural Wyoming. Rural for Wyoming, which Wyoming is already rural, and this is smaller. That everyone in that fucking college could not do what the killer termites have done. So yeah, he's losing, he's upset, and it's very good. And I'm gonna get a hold of that fucking email, and I'll give you quotes of what he's bitching about. Because I told Lindy, she goes, you can't put this on a podcast. Yes, I can. First of all, he has no idea that we're doing this. He thinks some small community college is doing this. No, we're doing it. He's not reading the comments. Killer Termites Unite. There's all sorts of Killer Termites comments on that video. And go bingo. Like, he's not looking any of this shit up to find the source of this, which is great. And he's crying and cheating. Yeah, it is cheating. That's what those fucking contests are, dummy. You wave $25,000 in front of someone's face, and everyone gets all their friends to fucking click on shit. And they're going, they're very excited because they're getting clicks from
Doug
Brazil
Stanhope.
and fucking
And I'll leave the
China
light
and
on
all these
for you.
weird places.
the people running the contest.
Yeah, they're very happy about that, and that's why they do a voting thing. So thank you. There's a couple days left of that by the time this goes up on the air. It's Wyoming Short Film Contest. Google that, and the videos.
That's it.
They have 2 videos because it goes down to the top 5, and they have 2 videos. Bingo's is up above. That's the one that we're fucking
Crushing.
Yes, that's the one that we're rigging, but it's a rigged game. And the other one, they have a second one. So get the fucking Tumbleweed, get that in the top 5 too. Since you're there anyway.
We're playing. We're
was-
above board.
No, it wasn't 3rd. It dropped to 5th today. Tumbleweed dropped to 5th.
but just
Yeah, do that.
We are
I love
above-
you for doing that. Don't retweet it. Don't try to get your friends to do it, because then you're a sad fuck like me. I had to do it. You don't have to. It's not your girlfriend. But if you click on that, do click on that. And thanks. And now let's get back to our podcast already in progress. All right, we're going away now. Floyd has to go to dinner to load up on some food so he can have some final nice poops. And if you want a nice, solid poop, not just psyllium husk, go to Cafe Roca in Bisbee. They will fill you full of food to poop out. It's wonderful going in. It's wonderful coming out. Take a picture, Floyd. You got to take a picture of your final poop.
I will.
You bought what's the website? Because it's funny as shit.
I have bought the domain name kissmyasscancer.com.
Kissmyasscancer.com.
I haven't done anything with it yet, but I plan to.
Well, you know what? The killer termites. Yeah, I have smart fans too that probably resent being labeled as like, dude, I'm a fucking architect. I'm 55 years old. Don't call me a killer termite. Anyway, yes, the people listening, you can follow Floyd and give him tips on Twitter, because you have a Twitter, at Arizona Lizards, spelled out in plural, Arizona Lizards on Twitter, and tell him what he can do
Do with my ass
with his
cancer.
kissmyasscancer.com, because it's a fucking great.
Yeah, I'm looking for some ideas.
can't believe it was available.
Maybe a GoFundMe thing, GoFund my ass. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no. There's no fucking GoFundMe's going on.
Yeah.
I just got a GoFundMe where I'm like, oh Jesus, I really should do this, but nah, that's your fault.
I am going to have some T-shirts made, though.
Kiss my ass cancer.
And you've seen the picture of me looking through your.
I can see ass cancer jumping on that the same way the fucking breast cancer with the pink. Kiss my ass cancer. And that being a big thing. But that's good for you. And what did I just
The eBay.
Oh, hey, we figured out how, if you want to help Floyd sells shit on eBay. He owns Miners and Merchants here. He's brought us so many great things. It's an antique shop and a curiosity shop. Oh, fuck. Floyd used to have an antique shop in Denver, and it was called
Dead people's things.
Dead People's Things. How great. I don't know why you don't change the fucking name of your shop here to Dead People's Things. That's the best.
Our motto was they could take it with them, but you can't. Oh, they couldn't take it with them, but you can.
I'd fund that. If you would change Miners and Merchants back to Dead People's Things from your Denver store. But he sells shit on eBay. So if you want to buy some shit, you go to eBay and it's Horse Hotel is your
Horse Hotel is my eBay tag, and
Your store is it?
my
Horse Hotel.
my eBay store name, and been doing it since '97, and 100% positive.
So yeah,
feedback.
find some weird shit. You brought.
I'm always
the amount of
running
shit
good,
that
cool
in this
stuff on there.
house that came from Floyd. If you're not busy, can I stop by? I got something for you. The joke phone.
Yeah.
That's my. Like I was looking at that the other day. It's like an old, probably 70s. It's a
Payphone
payphone
with the 3 different size coins at the top.
No, that's just one coin.
Oh,
But,
a quarter slot at the top.
Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass cancer. Is that the same one?
Yeah.
It's a cornhole. It's
Make
a
a great
cornhole
t-shirt.
board. Remember the cornhole board I have with
Yeah.
the guy bending over, spreading his ass cheeks open, and that's the hole you have to throw the bag through? He did that up with Kiss My Ass Cancer on the board as the guy's stretching his asshole open. You should put that up because this will go
I
up
gotta
probably
put that
Monday.
on a shirt.
All right, so there you go. Yeah, go fucking buy some dumb shit from Floyd.
He's got good stuff there. We pop in there every once in a while. It's a
always
little,
3 floors of
3
it.
floors. It's very dangerous downstairs.
It
But
was
that's part of the excitement.
It's creepy,
yeah.
It was the wealthiest bank in Arizona 100 years ago. The building. It was
Yeah, and it will be again after all these people buy curios from.
all right.
All right, hey, thank you guys, listeners, and I'm gonna keep doing these fucking podcasts even when I'm writing the book. I'm going in. It's like 30 days in the hole, but it's gonna be 6 weeks. Monday at the latest. Monday at the latest, but I'll still do the podcast. All right, and that is the podcast. We'll see you shortly. Play the Matoid.
1, 2, 3, 7, yeah! Right on, baby. The priest is here, and the casket is ready. Body inside looks nice and steady. Let's play it for the man. For the last time, play it for the man. Farewell, play it for the man. For the last time, play it for the man. Praise the Lord, and we got to go on with the funeral party. 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 Yeah! All right. Now the priest is talking, and the casket starts to move. Everybody's crying, we all got the groove. Let's play it for the man, for the last time, play it for the man. Farewell, play it for the man, for the last time, play it for the man. Praise the Lord, and we got